Hey everyone, and welcome back to another session of Experts Talk. Today, myself and Elkan are going to be discussing a quick summary of what really happened in 2020 to the real estate market in Dubai. How did it start? How was it going during the COVID situation? And what happened afterwards? Tell us in a brief, how can you summarize this entire year?
Difficult to summarize an entire year all into the span of one video, but let's give it a try, I suppose. If you remember, since the end of 2017, beginning 2018, we were going to that silent recession, right? You know,
Yes.
Dubai follows its cycles, basically. So we were on a downward slope, on a decline, basically. However, circumstances did occur, we were hit by COVID, right? And the pandemic happens. So Dubai as a whole, if we talk about the real estate market, had been dipping already. It reached to the point where we went into a global lockdown, right? And at that point, things were quite stagnant, things were quite, frozen. And nothing really happened in terms of volatility at the beginning, right? People were still unaware of how to react to this thing. But if you remember the months of February, March, April, May, things started to dip even further down, right?
It did by a lot.
Yeah.
Anywhere
especially
between 15, 20, 25% in terms of property value.
Not just Dubai, however, right? Not just the Emirates, globally, things were tanking everywhere.
Right.
Now, at some point, things started to ease up a little bit. People understood that, okay, COVID's here, we need to live with this reality now, but we can't stop our plans just because this thing is here, right? Life has to carry on one way or the other. So things started to kind of stabilize again. And if you remember from the month of August, we started seeing a steady increase after that.
Right.
Okay, so where we are now in the month of December, as the time that we're preparing this video, things look at a much better place, right? As far as the city is concerned, it's very difficult to find stock now as well across the markets when you talk about villas or townhouses or even land in most parts of the city. And it is looking very, very good. The positive signs all across the market.
Just like you said, as soon as we got into August, as far as I remember, August and September already were months that did better than 2019.
Yes, they were.
So I talk to a lot of friends from outside Dubai and I tell them, look, believe it or not, 2020 has been like so different in terms of like how people expected it to be in real estate and what people think it is, really. Like, I had a talk with my friend yesterday and he's like, how's it going? I'm like, dude, believe it or not, things are selling. There's a lot of activity going on in the market. Matter of fact, some project just launched a week ago and we didn't have a chance to sell project because one type of the project was gone in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. No matter how you opinionate your belief of the market, a lot of us will have a very prejudiced approach in terms of how we view Dubai market, real estate just as a whole here, because a lot of us don't have that kind of exposure, that first installment or that first asset acquisition, but we already have an opinion of it, right? So it is an intelligent way of approaching it, but at the same time, again, no matter how you opinionate it, the facts will speak for themselves. You reach out to any property advisor today, for example, you want something in Damac Hills. You want it, Sam. You know you want it. You've been hesitating for X amount of years, but you're at a stage now, whatever the circumstances, whatever they were to bring you into that moment, whether you're better financially now. But when you come to me and ask me, Elkan, I want this in Damac Hills, sorry, Sam, I can't get it for you because it's gone.
We actually do have clients that have been looking for a specific type of villas in that community. And we can't find it.
But that's what I mean. The stock across the city is now bare bone. You can't find anything.
Especially in villas and townhouses. So it's a complete V-shaped recovery, if I would say so, in 2020 for the real estate market in Dubai. If the developers, one of the big names in the market, have announced that they're no longer going to be starting any new launches, if that continues the case in 2020, what do you expect to happen to the prices in the first quarter and the second quarter in Dubai?
We need to look at that in a very, very transparent way. Just because the developer says they're not going to be launching any new projects, there is a bit of, there perhaps is a loophole in those words, right? And for the sake of our viewers, I do want to stay transparent. No new master community will be launched. That's absolutely right. But there's still plenty of master communities where certain buildings have not been launched, certain portions of land, villas, townhouse communities still have not been launched. Now, those fall into the grey area. Whether they will be launched or not, it's a bit speculative, but I think we will be able to get a little bit more stock in the market relatively soon. What that's going to do in my eyes, at least in terms of how Dubai has been shaping up so far, is that it is going to bring a more, a little bit more of a spark, a little bit more vibrancy into the market, which is now really required, right? It's been a long time since we've not had anything to sell.
Right.
It's been a long time.
Right.
And we're at that point again today, right? So.
And I've also noticed that a lot of new nationalities are coming into Dubai, interested to buy. And we haven't seen these type of people as serious as they were before until after COVID. So in a summary, the way UAE and Dubai handled this whole situation have definitely proven to a lot of nationalities out there that might be the place for them to live.
Definitely.
You know, that's important to mention also as a summary of what happened in 2020. So in other words, things were just as bad as it was compared to the rest of the world during the month of March, April and May, even a little bit of June. But right after the summer was over and the restrictions were eased up, we had such few good months, and we're still having a good December till now, and I think everyone can agree. But yeah, it's been a good ending to the year, I would say so, and I still believe that Q1 2021 will have the same momentum.
Huge anticipation for the start of next year.
Yeah.
Absolutely tumultuous in terms of what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, and I would definitely recommend everyone to go into data, look at numbers. You know, if you still think that the market in Dubai is down, then you need to look at data. You need to look at how much properties are being sold, and you can verify that through the land department page for everyone that doesn't know. And have a chat with us, talk to us. We'll tell you exactly what's going on, what's selling, what are the good projects, what are the good investments to do, and what are the good villas or townhouses to live in. Thank you, Ilkan, for the summary of the real estate 2020 today. And we'll see you soon. Take care.